Hi guys! Today I am doing the gray hair tag, and I just want to thank everyone who is doing this and who created this. I got tagged by Miriam Remius, and she is another silver sister who is amazing. So check out her channel. I have been growing out my natural gray hair for 10 months now, and there are so many other gray hair silver sisters out there that are going through the same transition. I will name off some of the gray hair YouTubers that I'm subscribed to who are such an inspiration. Nicole Johnson, Elisa in Montreal, Mr. Kong's mom, Erica Johnston, Monique Parent, Millicent Swift, Samantha Polak, Lydia Hutchins, and Aging Gracefully. I could go on and on. There are so many amazing YouTubers out there that are helping inspiring people and giving us the courage to go through this transition. The first question is, how old were you when you started going gray? I was in my early 20s when I started going gray, and I have colored my hair ever since without skipping a beat. Like every 2 weeks I colored my hair. Did not want to see the gray. My dad went gray very early, like prematurely gray. My mom is 72 years old and has 2 gray hairs. So it's definitely hereditary. It does not necessarily mean that you're aging. Sometimes your hair just starts changing color. Number 2, how old were you when you decided to transition? It was 10 months ago when I made the full transition, and it was about a month after my 49th birthday. So in this 49th year of my life is when I made the decision to transition, and I will be 50 on November 1st. Number 3, did you go to your hairdresser to help with the transition, or did you just go cold turkey? What did your hairdresser do to help if you went to one? If you guys have seen the videos, you know what happened. So I started from a light brown, dark blonde color hair. I'll show you some pictures of how my transition happened. And I had always had long, thick, beautiful, natural hair that grew like crazy. But when I wanted to start my transition, I realized for me personally, I could not deal with this very cool shade silver hair coming to grow out and having my golden light brown blonde hair. I personally could not do that. So I was on a mission to bleach my long, beautiful hair and just let my natural gray come out without skipping a beat. Well, for me, that did not happen. Right before I started my transition, I dyed my hair a more golden blondish color, and that is when I realized about a week later, when I started seeing the roots come in, that is actually the moment that I said, I'm done. I'm done coloring. I just looked in the mirror and I could see the silver pieces coming through with all of my long flowing colored, dye box colored golden blonde hair. And I just said, it's not me. I felt like I was wearing a costume or a mask with that golden blonde hair. And that was it. I wanted to feel like myself. I was tired of coloring my hair with all of those chemicals every 2 weeks of my life for all of those years since I was in my 20s, and it was time. It just, something came over me and I just went for it. So my first attempt was, I had my friend, who is also a licensed hairdresser, come over and give me highlights and tone it gray. So as you can see from the picture, you could see some gray streaks, but it's still, if you compare to all of this dark, cool, and light silver coming through in the roots, there was no way it was going to blend. So I had her come back about a month later, and I just said, go for it. Just bleach it, full on bleach it. We're just gonna go for it. If I have a little breakage, I'm fine because my hair is so long and thick, I just went for it. Well, it didn't work out so well. However, I was prepared, I was ready, and I knew that even if it was a disaster like what ended up happening, I bleached more than half my hair off. And I knew that was a possibility. I was really hoping it was not going to happen, and I was feeling confident, and I was like, yep, my hair is long and strong and thick, and I'm gonna show everyone that you can do this. You can bleach your whole hair out. Well, I was wrong. And it was hard, it was definitely hard, but I said to myself, one of the things that honestly got me through that is I volunteered for a program called Look Good, Feel Better, and it is a program for women in active cancer treatment. And they would come into the class with no eyebrows, no eyelashes, no hair. Their skin was burned from treatment, and they were fighting for their lives. And honestly, that is what helped me through it, because these beautiful, amazing, inspiring women would come in there fighting for their lives with no hair, not by choice because of the treatment to save their lives. And I had just burned off my hair myself, my choice, and it was my risk. So honestly, that's how I held it together. I just thought of all these amazing women that I helped give them makeovers and do wig fittings and paint their faces, and they were so grateful. And I thought of them through this whole transition that I'm going through. So after that happened, I just started finding cute ways to wear my hair. I did like little ponytails, and I love wearing extensions, and I use a purple shampoo and conditioner. Mostly the conditioner is what does it. I will soak my hair in the purple shampoo for 1, 2, 3 hours, and the longer I leave it in, the more purple my hair gets. So the extensions have been amazing for me to feel when I want to feel like myself again. Like, the short hair is cute. I know a lot of you have said, oh, you love my short hair, but it just doesn't feel like me. And the transition has been really tough. So I'm just now getting to the point where I feel comfortable wearing my hair down once in a while. I'm still loving the extensions, and probably will keep wearing them on and off until my hair gets back to the length that it used to be. So if I don't use the purple shampoo, my hair, the bleached part of my hair, which is, let's see if I can show you, it's really pretty close. If you look at these pieces of my hair, I'll show you what is real, like my real color, and what is bleached. Down to here. This is my real hair right there, and this is the bleached part. You can feel that it's a little drier, but the color has really helped me go through this transition and grow out my hair. So if I don't use the purple shampoo, my gray hair looks a little not as bright. Like, I love the brightness and how it looks, just that silvery, shiny, purpley tint color. So it seems like my hair changes color a lot depending if I'm taking the time to keep the purple conditioner in my hair or not. Number 4, what was the reaction of your friends and family? Not good. Not good. The first person I told was my daughter. She is 27, and she is like, no, what are you doing? Your hair is your life. And I'm like, wait a minute, no, that's not true. So even my son, my middle son, I just had this conversation with him, and we were talking about my gray hair, and he's like, Mom, I really don't like it. I liked it when you had your hair the blondish color. And I'm like, do you know why I did this? And we had a long conversation about it. And another reason why I decided to embrace my natural gray is because I know that I inherited it from my dad, and he just passed away 2 years ago from cancer. So that was another thing that really inspired me to, when I look in the mirror, I see my dad now, and I'm embracing what I inherited from him. And part of that was the gray hair, and it's who I am, it's me. And some people have even said, your hair doesn't go with your skin or your eyes or whatever, but you know what? Take that up with Mother Nature, because this is how I'm naturally supposed to look, and I have to embrace that. I feel like as time has gone on, that more people are embracing it, because when I'm out with people, just strangers will come up to me and say, "Oh, I love your hair looks amazing, what a beautiful color." And even if I'm wearing my extensions or natural, I always get compliments, and I think it's kind of becoming more accepted now, because I'm not letting myself go. I'm not shying away from who I am and what my hair looks like. I don't believe that if you let your hair go gray, that you're getting old and you're giving in to the aging process and you're just giving up on yourself. I don't believe that at all. I feel more beautiful than I ever have in my life. I feel more like myself than I ever have in my life, and I'm loving it. Number 5, what is your favorite thing about being gray? Feeling like myself and being different, like not looking like every other almost 50-year-old woman out there, and still feeling like I can rock it, and I'm not ashamed of it. Even if somebody says something negative, I still feel like that's just so rude. Like, this is me, this is my natural self, and for someone to say something negative, that is just like saying you weren't born the right way, or you weren't born looking the right way, because I'm embracing who I naturally am. What is your least favorite thing about being gray? Actually, the grow out process has been tough, but I'm trying not to think about the negative side of it. I'm just staying positive about it, and the more that I get this beautiful silver coming through, the more excited I'm getting, and the healthier that my hair gets. It's getting more and more exciting, and I'm feeling more and more confident about it. I think having to pretty much shift everything in my closet, the colors, like, well, I could wear red before, so red is one of the colors that I didn't have to get rid of in my closet, but because my hair was that golden blondish color, everything that I wore was warm toned. All of my clothing was warm toned, and now I have to wear brighter colors. Black is always good, but you have to give it a pop of different, jewelry or colors or lipstick or something, or you kind of look washed out. Other than that, I'm really loving the whole process and just embracing it. Number 7, do you receive a lot of criticism for your gray hair? If so, how do you deal? Honestly, you guys, the only criticism that I receive for my gray hair is out there in social media land. It's crazy. It's like people almost get angry that I'm going gray, or they will leave comments like, "Change your hair, it looks terrible, you look old, what are you doing? You're single now, you need to color your hair." And I don't understand it. Like, it's my hair, it's my journey. I don't understand the anger that I feel from people about making the decision to go gray. I think it's something deeper, because the whole transition is definitely deeper than just a hair color. Because you don't see a lot of gray hair out there other than older people, you have that perception because of the media that gray hair means you're old and frumpy and all washed up. So I think that gets stuck in people's heads sometimes. So maybe it's an inner thing that people are having with their own fear of aging and getting older, that they feel almost anger towards someone who looks young in every other sense of the word except for their hair. And that's okay. I understand that. And you just truly have to be confident with this journey and not care what anyone else says, and just do it for you. Anyone that sees me in person always gives me compliments on my hair, and I love it, and that's all that matters. Number 9, what is your biggest piece of advice to anyone looking to start the process? Like I just said, do it for yourself. I think one thing that really helped me is finding a support system out there online where, like, all of those names of YouTubers that I just gave you, if you go on Instagram, you can find tons of women that are younger that are going through the gray hair transition, or just to give you that inspiration. I feel like it's one of the harder skin tones, like mine with the olivey warm skin tone, and my eyes have the warm, almost like a reddish warm tint to my eyes. See how I have that reddish tint to my eyes? That is definitely hard because my hair is so cool toned. There is no warmth in my hair, but my eyes and my skin have that warmer tone. So trying to balance that out and make it work with makeup and clothing can be a challenge. So what I would say is definitely follow someone or a bunch of people online that are going through the journey, and you can see different makeup ideas, different hairstyles, different clothing. I really want to try doing more videos for you guys with the gray hair transition that will help other people go through it, because sometimes it's a little scary and it can be a struggle. So when you have other people to follow and inspire you, it definitely helps. Other than that, just do the journey for yourself. I would say make the decision whether you want to try to highlight your hair and tone it, or bleach it like I did. And you don't always burn your hair off, but you're definitely gonna get some damage on your hair. I would say there's so many different ways that you can go through the transition. You can just shave your head and wear a wig. You can cut it really short. You could bleach it and tone it gray so your hair is shorter and you won't have so much damage. For me, like I said, I tried to bleach the whole entire thing, but it didn't really go so well, but that's okay. I've just been doing a ton of trimming and it's so close right now. It's so close. And just focusing on the final outcome is really important. I think also if you're doing your hair and your makeup and you're feeling good about yourself and not just letting everything go, that definitely helps. And number 10, who is your gray hair idol? All of you out there who are going through this journey and sharing it. Your gray hair journey has inspired me. It keeps me going. It makes me feel not so alone. And I feel like the more of us that embrace our natural gray, the more comfortable other women will feel going through their own journey. I completely understand anyone that is like, I will never ever go gray. My mom is one of them, and she's like, if my hair ever starts getting more gray, I will color it forever. She made me promise her that if she ever couldn't color her hair herself, that I would do it for her, and I will. I completely respect that. I respect anyone's decision to not want to go gray. I get it, because that was me forever until 10 months ago. So any of you that are going gray, if you want to start posting pictures and using hashtags of like Silver Sisters and natural gray hair and ditch the dye, that really helps other women when they're searching for inspiration. Also, anyone that wants to do this gray hair tag video, anyone that is going through their gray hair journey, that will also help people. Feel free to do this video yourself, answer the 10 questions. I'll put them down below in the description box. I hope this helped you guys and gave you some inspiration if you are deciding to go through the transition of natural gray. And I am so looking forward to seeing all of your videos out there for the gray hair tag. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. Bye.